What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Guy's Garage. In this video we are starting the process to turbocharge the BMW 323i, the E46. I already have a tuner set up, but I'll get more into that information when it gets to that time. So I already started pulling the engine apart, and I completely forgot to grab my camera, and I didn't think I was going to get this far, but I got all excited, because I love kind of doing this shit. But yeah, so there's multiple different ways to pull an engine on these cars, or any car in general. So the way I always like to do it, even with my E36s, I like to pull the whole front clip off. That way, when you unbolt the transmission, drive shaft and all that stuff, and you have it up on the cherry picker, you just roll the car backwards, and the engine would just come right out front here. So, another way you can do it is a lot of people, they leave the front clip in, they just pull the transmission completely from the back of the engine, and lift the engine out with a cherry picker. Some people said that they can do it with the transmission on there, but I guess it's really hard to get put back in. And then some people just unconnect the whole subframe and lift the car up. This way is a lot easier if you actually have a lift. But I imagine it'd be pretty awesome just to do that way. But yeah, so anyways, this is the way I'm doing it. I got everything disconnected already, so pretty much you just get up under, get these bolts. There's some bolts that go right here. It's pretty self-explanatory if you just look at it. Unconnect the lights and stuff like that. And then I got some of the wiring harness done. So right under here is some of your switches that go into the DME, which is right here. And I just disconnected those. Took pictures of it. Obviously, always take pictures before you take something apart, so then when you go to put something back together, it is easier. So now to talk about the turbo a little bit that we're going to be doing. So I'm working with the tuner right now. He has done this before, and well, I hope so. But so for $400, he's going to completely tune the whole engine, so it's safe to drive, it's making boost, and yeah, he also works for a few turbo companies, parts companies that make parts for BMW. So I have a front mount, it's going to be stainless steel front mount turbo manifold. It's going to come out right here. That's $400. We were looking at some 80-pound Bosch injectors that are just plug and play. You don't have to switch out the clips or anything. Those are like $250, I think. And then we're looking at a new MAF. It's like a wider range MAF, so you gotta have it, and that's about another $250. The turbo I'm just gonna get an eBay turbo for right now. We're just gonna run the eBay turbo and then hopefully upgrade later. This has a MS42 DME. The MS43 DME, I'm pretty sure, is more tunable. So on mine right now, I'm looking it up and I'm asking him and stuff like that, because I want to have two-step launch control and stuff. That's the same thing, but I want to have all that done. Maybe rev up the engine a little bit more. I know on the 43 you can do like rev shift and stuff like that, which that'd be pretty cool. But as of right now, we're getting into that. It's still programmable, but I don't know if we can do launch control, which that'd be kind of a bummer. So yeah, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna lift this car up a little bit higher so I can raise the jack stands up, so it's easier for me to get underneath the car. And we will be unbolting the trans, getting the whole drive shaft out, because after this engine is pulled, which I gotta go borrow a cherry picker or maybe buy one, I don't know yet. I am selling mine. But once we get this thing pulled, I'm gonna be cleaning up this engine bay. I'm not gonna make it look like crazy nice or anything. I might like weld some of these holes up and grind them down or something like that, and just spray paint it black and clear coat it and stuff like that. Because I tried that in the E36 and ended up destroying the engine bay, putting the engine back in. So I don't want to make that mistake again. And yeah, we might be cutting this out so it's easier for the downpipe on the turbo. I don't know yet. We'll get there when we test fit everything. Also, I already ordered head gasket. I ordered valve cover gaskets. Those are notorious for going out, so I figured, might as well. I got head gasket already. We're gonna be doing like intake gasket, exhaust gasket, obviously, and we're just gonna be like freshening up this engine a little bit. We're going obviously new plug, so a stage colder plug, and just kind of keep it pretty basic as of right now. Later on the road, I'd like to do an E85 tune, and I already talked to him about that. But yeah, so I mean, it's finally happening. My first turbo build, I've always wanted to do a turbo. Like, I've always wanted to, and I was gonna like swap this, but why not be different nowadays, which is a little weird, but why not be different, actually stay stock engine with a turbo instead of going LS? Sure, it makes more sense, but I don't know. I like to be different a little bit. I don't know how much you can see, but I had the whole trans unbolted. Oh man, tripped. I got the trans all unbolted, drive shaft off. Well, the trans isn't unbolted from the engine box. I'm pulling it off all in one. Right now I'm taking off the AC pump so I can hang it down so when we pull the engine. I'm going to have to, I already got the power steering lines off. I need to get them off the rack, so I might have to take the power steering pump off too, let that hang down. I'm unhooking some grounds, just going through and double checking, make sure I got all the wires. I'm sure that I'm missing some. I gotta get fuel lines unhooked. That might be it besides the motor mount. So once I get all those unhooked, I'll drop the car. I'm back it up. Well, not back it up, not till I get a cherry picker. Once I get the cherry picker in here, we can pull this engine out. So let me start by unhooking this air compressor and then power steering pump, and yeah. Alright guys, that's going to wrap out episode 1. I got all the motor mounts undone, trans mounts done, everything's unhooked. I'm sure I'm missing a few wires, but for the most part, I mean, I see some heater hose right there I missed. But I'm working, I got all the fuel lines unhooked, I got the sensors unhooked, I have a vacuum line that I am working on unhooking right now. Air conditioner, the compressor, condenser, whatever it's called, is taken off and hanging down, and yeah, so the engine's ready to pull, and then that's going to be the start of the next video, is pulling the engine, and then we can get it up on a engine stand, or I don't know yet. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys are interested and want to see more, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button please, get this out there, and yeah, we're going to turbo this.